Hey there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and today we're looking at a Toyota Corona. This one here in 1995. That's going to be exported to the USA. It's a front-wheel drive 4AF engine, not 4AG, 4AFE engine. Similar engine, it just has a different head on it. This is the non-sporty version of the 4AG, I guess you could call it. And it is in otherwise a four-door sedan, probably positioned a little bit above the Corolla. The Corona is a traditional nameplate for Toyota that they no longer have. Thank goodness, because now would be a bad time to be selling a car called Toyota Corona. Now the engine was in pretty much everything from like 1986 until like 2000-ish. I don't know. It was the Corolla engine. And AE86, AE92, AE111, AE101. Of course, those are the sports car engine versions of it. Just your typical 1600cc engine. Ports on both sides. Distributor. Oil is okay, coolant is okay. Not much else to say about it, so I'll close the hood here. This one has a pretty low mileage, which is going to last forever. These are known to be extremely reliable engines. Okay, I'm just going to switch the engine off here. And I got two people picking up these Hiaces here at the moment, so they may ask for a signature pretty soon. And when that happens, I might have to take a little bit of a break from doing the video. Anyways, let's have a look here. 95 Corona, auction rate 3.5, interior seat, 83,373 kilometers. That's very old, very low mileage for such an old vehicle. Automatic transmission, AC, that works. And then the only marks on here are the dashboard has glue marks on it, various scratches, dents, and paint fade. Windshield rock chip, interior cigarette burn, there's actually 4 of them that I could find. Interior dirty and wear. Front bumper, scratched quite a bit. I'll show you that. And then a U2 on this fender. It's at least medium size, I would say. It's in a very visible area. Okay. Now the dashboard glue marks are actually to seal up some screw holes in the dashboard. There are 5 of them for a mount. It would have been nice for the auction inspector to say there are screw holes in the dashboard because it is very apparent. Usually when it says glue marks on the dashboard, it's less damage than that. It's typically like a mount for like a monitor or a radar detector or a toll collection box or something like that. And then you can usually get the glue off. In this case, because it's screw holes, you won't be able to get those out. And they are in a very visible area. Okay, so I did briefly drive it out of the lot. It was parked there and I drove it out. I noticed that the suspension should probably be replaced. It's too bouncy, and so the dampers, or dampers, I don't know, they don't work that well. So time to get them replaced. I believe you can replace them with the same as the Corolla pieces, because these are basically clones. And that's something Toyota did a lot of, and Nissan, clone vehicles where they'd sell 2 of the same thing. For example, the Sprinter Truno and the Corolla 11 were matching vehicles, and they would typically have like 2 dealer chains, and one dealer chain would have one version of the car and the other one would have another, and they'd be only very slightly different. So that's my take on this, is basically a Corolla with a different name. So looking at damages here, we have a crack in the grille there. You can see the Corona logo. Kind of interesting to see that. Okay, looks like it has windshield washers here, but they're broken on both sides. And the yellowed headlight. Okay, now the bumper is scratched quite a bit in this area here. And in this area here. Now the auction sheet called this A3 and A2. So it's medium and large scratches. Okay, here's the U2 on the fender. You can see it's been touched up with touch-up paint, but it is very easy to notice. Okay, the paint seems a little bit non-glossy in places, but the vehicle has been attacked by pollen. You can kind of see it all over the windshield here. You can see the wiper. Yeah, and that pollen is making it difficult to sleep at the moment here in Japan. These are supposed to be painted black. They're original Toyota units. That's kind of cool. But the black paint has come off, and they're made out of metal. Whereas after this era, everything was made out of plastic. Even throughout the 90s, plastic was more common than metal. But those window vents were very common in Japan from the 1970s forward on basically everything. This side panel, very clean and nice. Really no dents or scratches to speak of. Some discoloration in the bumper piece here. I think in the 90s that's when they stopped painting their bumper pieces, and for some reason they made this cladding body color. I guess because it's cheaper. I mean, that's a pretty good reason. And I don't know what a looser is. And then Corona badge there. And let's pop the trunk. The trunk has some snow chains in it, which is very odd to me. I don't think we're allowed to have snow chains in my area of Canada because of damage to the road surface. So, yeah, it comes with chains and more chains. And a jack that's not a jack for this car, because the jack for this car is over here. It has a space saver spare. Pretty decent sized trunk. I guess this vehicle is kind of, well, I don't know. It's much smaller than the current Corolla that they have. So, but bigger than like the old Tercel. Okay, sign. All right. It's time to sign. 1 second here. And then we got one more that's going to be leaving soon too. I'm currently mask aversion, and now not mask aversion. Okay, so a nice 90s seat print. Exactly what you want out of your 90s JDM car. Okay, quite dirty in here, like needs to be vacuumed. Dashboard is just 90s. There's the glue marks here that I was talking about. Headliner, dirty, needs to be cleaned. I just cleaned the headliner on my van the other day, which is, I think, the first time I've ever tried to clean a headliner. Okay, so it has some wear here, which is a little bit odd type of wear. Looks like it's broken down due to UV in several places. Okay, so seats. Condition is good other than the cigarette burns. Let me just point those out. There is one. Let me get that out. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the seats, and 1 in the carpet down there that I can see. Okay, original carpets are underneath these. They say Corona on them. They're in good condition. I missed a mosquito. I was going to say I killed one, but I missed it. Okay, steering wheel is in good condition. 83,461 at the time of shooting this. AC works. Here's a better look at those screw holes. Okay, all of these vents are okay, no broken pieces in them. The Toyota clock that's in literally every Toyota for like 30 years. Okay, it's not climate control AC. Really dirty in this area. Automatic shift's okay. And it has something, I'm going to sign one more thing here, but it's got something right here I've never seen before. You can slide these like this, and then now the seat will only be able to move forward half as far. This is like a lock, so that it can't move forward more than the lock that you set. Kind of a weird little option, but I've never seen it on another car, and that makes it interesting. Okay, I'm going to leave here so that I can sign, and that'll be the end of the video here. So I hope everyone enjoyed that. Thank you so much, and have a nice day.